on A4 sheets too. I've covered it with, or tied it up with a bit of lace, not very nicely at the moment, just to show you. It's to cover the face of the girl that I have printed underneath, because I thought that was quite nice. I actually wanted to stick a bit of lace over her face, but I didn't like how it turned out, so I didn't do it. I dyed the black lace myself, and the paper line that I use is from Die Cuts with a View, and it's called the Timeless Type Stack, and it's really wonderful paper. It's only one-sided though, that's the problem, but not much of a problem. So I actually probably going to do this in 2 parts because there's a lot going on. These side flips here, as you can see, are from Top Note. The envelope too was printed up on the paper, and this envelope here too. I've just done a fussy edge here from my punch. Okay, to the front. The front I did first actually to get the juices flowing. I've always wanted to use the Prima marketing stamp Bloom Girl Joy, but I'm never very good at stamping out images at all, although I've got a huge collection of stamps. I also made the little flowers from my using die cuts that I have, probably Spellbinders. I never keep the paper, that's the problem. And the flowers, the other flowers, the grey flowers, come from eBay, so do the cogs, and I think these came from Peggy, who sent them to me one time in one of her bling stacks. The chain and the keys all come from eBay because I cannot get them, as the feathers do too. This is a bit, I think, of Prima Bling, and I have, if you can see, I've embossed it in gold here and on her eyebrows or eyelids, and it's all been Mod Podged. It has brads on 4 corners, I don't know if you can see, and I just coloured it with my basic cheap colouring pens that I have from well, they're only called colour pens that I bought from the local stationers, because at one point I didn't have anything to paint with, and I didn't want to spend out on very expensive things if I can't do it properly. I'm not a watercolour painter, I'm an oil painter, and it's very different when you paint oils. I started out simple and then got very complex, adding a leaf here, the chain, the corners, can you see the corners, and more feathers, some some sequins here, and flowers here. So I think it turned out very nice. Then I decided to put some brads in the spine. This washi tape came from Marina Wilson, who sent me a pile of washi tape. I cannot get this washi tape without paying a lot of money for it, so I suppose I have to start wishing again on Crafty Laurie's Let the Wishing Begin. I put in brad, no sorry, it's not a brad, an eyelet here, so I could add my I don't know what you call it, well, so I could add this. Obviously I had to put a shell there because I'm from next to the sea. There's a heart and the part of the necklace. I'm sorry, I have been ill again, the teacher's bane. And even though the paper line is so beautiful, I went and covered the back. I wanted it to be a bit more feminine than just a masculine kind of steampunk flip book. And so I found this corset on internet, downloaded it and put it on a bit of white cardstock, which I covered with Tim Holtz's I think it's called Photograph, what's it called? Antique Photo or something like that. Let's see. Here it is, Vintage Photo. And then I made these stamps because I have the cogs, and I stamped, I put it on old pieces of things around my house. I cut it out of this foam, they call it Everfoam here, foam here, and I just stamped all over it. In some places very, very lightly, and then in some places dark. And I also have this high heel shoe die that I think is also Spellbinders or Thinlets or something like that, and I covered it in embossing powder with glitter. It was a black embossing powder and glitter, and this is half of a heart, and I covered this in glossy accents. There's a little bit of lace here. The pink ribbon came from Nola. She sent me some pink ribbon, and the pink roses I got in the local Chinese store, as I did the sequin heart and the ordinary sequin. This comes in the paper set, so I fussy cut it out and put Made by Scrapbooking Joy for you to enjoy. The templates of Jennifer's templates from Genevieve, you have to fussy cut them yourself, so I had to cut all this out. I do have a Tim Holtz type like this, but it's not exactly the same, so it doesn't, I can't die cut it. Anyway, inside I cut from the letters here, from the page of letters here, Tina, and as you can see the ends are back to front, some of the letters are back to front. Here are some of my die cuts. I have little tiny cogs too, and this heart here, it is the same as this cog here, made from corrugated cardboard, and the idea I got from Elaine Innes, Eileen Innes. She also has a YouTube and she's quite artistic channel, and she made up some flowers. so I thought, oh, I'll make them into cogs or hearts from the cogs, because this cog has a big heart, so I put that one there. This is also another die cut that I have. I was going to put a card, well look, there's my practice. I was going to put a card underneath, but it hid the Tina, and so I thought that was a bit sad, so maybe I'll just put a tiny tag there. Okay. I thought this was a little bit plain, so I had some wooden things in my stash. I think I got it from eBay too, out of another stash that somebody was getting rid of, de-stash, and I painted it green and then covered it with glossy accents and then painted the outside gold. Here is a postcard from the collection, and I put in gold to Tina, and the stamp was already glossified here, if that's a word. The butterfly I downloaded, and oops, one of the sequins has come out, so I'll have to get that. I put some sequins over it. Didn't stick it all down, so it looked like it was moving a little bit. This is another postcard from the collection. I put some stamps on the back here. This is a bit of trim that I had left over from another project, and inside here is, I think, my letter. No, my favourites, my mail tag. My mail tag is in here. On the other side, I got this clock and cog set from internet as well, from eBay, and I decided to make a small waterfall here so that she could add photos if she wanted. And I didn't do anything to the paper because the paper is quite nice indeed. So the other flap contains a tag from the paper line, and I attached a chain and a key to it. Inside here is a letter for her to read, and it closes with Velcro. And here is a black flower. This was sent by Peggy from oh my goodness me, I've forgotten her channel. Anyway, she's JP Peggy on the YouTube channel. Okay, open up. This is the paper, and I've added the cogs and the arrows. Not called arrows, are they? But they move. And this is another piece of paper that's in the paper sock, and I cut out the cutouts from the paper line too. Some nice cutouts here that she can journal on or use in another project. Put photos there if she so desires. I'm not going to bother fussing around with that now. And that's my flip book, really. I think it came out very nice. Oh, there are a couple more tags here that were given me, and a little bit of bling, I think, there. So I hope you like it. I think in the end it turned out very nice, very beautiful for me, and I'm quite pleased with this. It's my very first flip book. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video, and bye for now. Take care.